Here we go.
Well, hello there. How is everyone? I hope you're all well on this terrific Tuesday. Got that right. Got it right. Got the day right. Eee, I'm a hero. I'm a hero of the days. You can trust me. I'm like a walking calendar. Anyway, this is going to be a little bit of a rant because they're at it again. They want more money. Thank you to the people who reached out to me and sent me this information. And what information am I talking about? I'm talking about this information. Oh, and by the way, has anyone told you look amazing today? I hope I'm not the only one, because you do. So yeah, we've got another, yes, that's right, another GoFundMe. But the Gonsalves family don't have a problem promoting this one. Little bit of a dig as well. Did see it, Steve. Did see it. Because what they've basically said is that this is a different family. We'll come back to it in a minute, don't worry. But Steve Gonsalves says that Ben Mogen is the biological father of Maddie. This is stepdad and mum who raised her. Took that as a little bit of a dig, which, if it is not really one to talk, is he? Not really one to talk. Anyway, that's by the by. Let's get back into it. But this is what we got. So this is, I write on behalf of the mother and stepfather of Maddie Mogen, one of the 4 college students murdered in Moscow, Idaho on November 13th, 2022, in what is now known as the University of Idaho killings. As most of the world has been made aware, the trial for the deaths of Madison Mogen, Kaylee Gonsalves, Anna Knodel, and Ethan Chapin will be in Boise, Idaho, on August through November 2025. Maddie's mum, Karen, and stepfather, Scotty, need financial support for travel, room, board, and lost wages to attend the trial in person. The trial is expected to last for 3 months. The trial is the entire process could last for 3 months. The trial itself probably not that long, but the jury selection period, then you've got the period at the end, the sentence and all that. The entire situation could span the 3 months. The trial is expected to last for 3 months. Their attendance is important to represent Maddie during the proceedings and potentially give victim impact statements. 3 months is a long time for Karen and Scotty to go without their normal wages, so let's help them with their ability to be there in person, to represent Maddie and support the other victims and their families. Your funding will additionally help to remedy the hardship caused by the criminal defendant moving the trial. Right. The criminal defendant didn't move the trial. He didn't move the trial. The courts made a decision to move the trial based on extensive research, extensive consideration on whether it was feasible for Brian Kohberger to obtain a fair trial in Latah County. And it was deemed necessary by the courts, by the judge, to move the trial because it was proven that it would not have been a fair trial in Latah County. So it wasn't anything to do with the accused person, who is entitled to a fair trial, whether you fuckers like it or not. He is entitled to a fair trial. And I would hope that anybody around this situation wants him to have a fair trial, so that the acquisition of justice can be clear, can be accurate, can be focused on what needs to be focused upon. And when there is a conclusion, you are confident in that conclusion, that it is the right one, rather than one that has just been either forced, or even on the flip side of that coin, it leads him into a position where if he is guilty, he can still appeal and become a free man based on the trial not being fair. So they're doing everything they can to make sure that the procedure goes in accordance with the law and the rights of the defendant, and for the best for the victims as well. It's everybody wants this to be a proper trial, surely. If you don't, and you want it to be influenced by potential bias, then I have to question why. I have to question why you would want that, because that then goes into the realms of you don't care what the outcome is really, or what the truth is. You just want this person to suffer. You want this person to be found guilty, irrelevant, irrespective of the facts. But anyway, it's by and by. Let's get back into it. So they're saying to go about their normal wages. Your funding will additionally help remedy the hardship caused by the north of Idaho to Boise, which is 460 miles away from the home of Karen and Scotty. Funds will be used for a place to stay for those months, along with travel costs. Well, if you're staying there, then there shouldn't be a lot of travel costs, would there? And you'd have travel costs, I'm guessing, going backwards and forwards to work if you was at home, unless you work just 2 minutes down the road, I don't know. Loss of work, bill still waiting back at home. Same with anybody who's in this situation. Many thousands and thousands and thousands of people who have to attend court every day for the loss of their loved ones. There's just a situation where we don't get to hear about them all. You know, that sadly the media, mainstream media, are in a position where they'll push out certain things and certain cases will become viral sensations. But don't think that this is the only murder that's going on at the moment. Don't think this is the only trial going on at the moment. We've got some big trials happening right now as we speak. But what we don't see around them is everybody involved requesting north of $50,000 to cover them for a 3-month period. And you know, we criticised the Gonsalves family originally. Hold on, let's just finish this bit here, because it says funds will be used for a place to stay, blah blah blah. We ask for your kindness in this impossibly difficult time to help them fill the financial gaps. Any donations not used for these expenses will help raise funds for memorial scholarships. We love you all and thank you so much. So they are turning around and saying that any funds that they don't use will go back into paying for memorial scholarships. I suppose that's a positive thing, that they've basically said if we don't spend it all, we will give it. You'd think that when you're asking the public that you'd perhaps do a bit of a plan of how much things are going to cost. You know, I know how much it's going to cost me to go there, and I planned it and was able to pretty much ask for bang on the exact money, and that's just me, and I'm in a completely different country on the other side of the fucking pond, didn't I? But these seem to think, well, what we'll do, we'll ask for a fucking shitload of money, and then what we don't use, we'll just keep that and use it for something else around it. But what I also find interesting as well, I'm not going to show it, you can all go and have a look yourselves. On the Gonsalves page, they're doing this new thing, which I think is I've got my opinions on this, I'll tell you. And it is that they're requesting that people around this area email them with details of, and apparently there's going to be more. So as time progresses, there's going to be different topics they're going to be requesting information on. And what the topic is at the moment is restaurants. So they're asking for everybody who knows anything about the restaurants around this area to email them and give them the names and what they do, so on and so forth. Now, in my personal opinion, I believe this is indicative of, again, and we go down the route of Steve Gonsalves, for instance, being a self-proclaimed, possibly a millionaire, savvy with money. And I think that not only are they've requested a load of money from the public, and a lot of money. Make no bones about it, they've asked for a lot of money. And maybe that target will get upped as time progresses. What are we at the moment? $75,000. And there was previously another GoFundMe, which was for Kaylee and Maddie, which again was around $73,000. And now we have the Ben Mogen one, which is less. It's been raised from what it was originally. And then we've got this one, which sits at $45,000 as well. But it would seem to me and this is just me, that they are now acquiring a list of the things and places that they would potentially be going to during this time to see whether there's a way that they are able to avoid spending as much of that money as they can on what they've stated that they're going to be spending it on. And again, it's only my opinion. I'm not saying that that is what's going on here, but what I'm saying is that's how it looks. Because why would you have to do that? Why would you have to really compile a list of these places? Not being funny, but I can fucking Google myself. I can go on to Google, and I can Google, and I know I can because I've fucking done it. I can go on Google and Google restaurants around the courthouse around here, or where I'm staying. I can Google what restaurants are around there, what hairdressers are around there, what anything is around there. I have the ability to type fucking Google into a keyboard and find out exactly what's around there. So I don't understand the mentality of, I want you guys to go out there and get me a list and then email this list to me. What the actual fuck? So not only do you now you want people to pay for your trip and pay for everything, pay for your food, pay for your fuel, pay for everything, but you also now want to do everybody to do the legwork in Googling shit for you and sending it to you. I don't get it. I don't get it. Please let me know down below. What? What is going on? Is it just me? Is it just me? It's driving me mad. Anyway, like I say, you're all amazing. Thank you for stopping by. And I'll catch you all later in video 2.